Black Myth: Wukong is releasing on August 20th, an upcoming action RPG based on one of China's 4 great classical novels, Journey to the West. You may be wondering what's it about, or is it worth the purchase? Well, you've come to the right video, as this is another everything you need to know before you buy, where I gather all the news and trailers from an upcoming game, showcasing the story, the gameplay, and formulate an opinion on whether you should buy this game, giving you some guidance and knowledge. So here's everything you need to know before you buy Black Myth: Wukong. Black Myth: Wukong is developed and published by a Chinese game studio called Game Science. They've released 2 games prior. The first is a turn-based card gacha mobile game called Legend of 100 Heroes, set around the Three Kingdoms era with a fancy and mecha spin to it. It was released in 2015, only available in Asia, but there was an English version of the game under a different developer and publisher. I don't really know if it was available everywhere, nevertheless it went end of service sometime in 2017. The second game is a real-time strategy game called Art of War Red Tides, which you can actually play on Steam right now if you want. However, there are barely any players playing, only peaking at double digits. The game has mostly positive reviews, and one reviewer in particular was a Steam moderator for the game, highlighting the game's history from the beginning. To sum it up, Art of War Red Tides had a bit of success when it got released in December 2016, peaking at 4,000 players, until a month later, Game Science decided to shut the game down for about 6 months in preparation for the full release. When the game came back online in early June, they dropped the ball. The full release was filled with bugs, other reviews mentioned that the game got a UI and game engine downgrade, it had balancing issues, and the monetization got worse. It looks like they focused on the mobile version of the game, available only in certain Asia regions, but that dwindled and divided the player base. But despite all that, it seems like the game brought enough revenue to stay afloat. Which brings us to Black Myth: Wukong. Now, to know, the co-founders of Game Science, Feng Ji and Yang Qi, used to work on an MMO called Azure Online, which was based on Journey to the West, so they're no strangers to the idea. Black Myth: Wukong was first announced back in August 2020. Game Science released a 30-minute gameplay trailer advertised as a single-player action RPG based on Journey to the West, set for current-gen consoles and PC. Around this time, they were looking to hire staff to work on the game. Exactly 1 year after the game was announced, a 12-minute gameplay video was uploaded, revealing that the game uses Unreal Engine 5, as well as being supported by Nvidia's DLSS technology. In August 2022, Game Science released an 8-minute exclusive gameplay video, this time with 4K RTX on, and another year later, Black Myth: Wukong gets shown at Gamescom 2023, revealing the game details and a release window sometime in summer 2024. An official release date was announced in December 2023, set for release on August 20th, 2024. As mentioned at the beginning of this video, Black Myth: Wukong is based on the classic Chinese novel Journey to the West. For those who don't know, it's a very long novel, approximately having 2,000 pages and 100 chapters in total. Obviously, I won't go through the whole story, but the novel is based on an actual pilgrimage when a Buddhist monk named Xuanzang traveled through Asia and India successfully, returning back with Buddhist sutras, as well as producing a travelogue of his journey, which was the inspiration to the novel. In Journey to the West, the protagonist, who's based on Xuanzang, is also tasked to obtain Buddhist scriptures, but not without the help of 3 disciples, one of them being of course the Monkey King Sun Wukong, who actually gets introduced first in the novel, taking up the first 7 chapters. As for the story in the game, Black Myth: Wukong takes place sometime after the events of Journey to the West. How far after is yet to be known, but we play as the destined one named Wukong, who, judging from this trailer, isn't the original Sun Wukong, or something along those lines. There's a small synopsis of the game from the Steam store page, detailing that we'll be venturing through challenges and marvels in order to uncover an obscure truth beneath the veil of a glorious legend of the past. Now, you may consider the gameplay to be similar to a Souls-like game, however, a spokesperson from Game Science has said that Black Myth: Wukong isn't a Souls-like, leaning more into other action RPGs. Online, people have said that the game is more similar to God of War, for example, although there are still elements that you would see in a Souls-like game. You got a health bar, stamina bar, and a mana bar. In combat, Wukong has 3 stances that you can use. The smash stance is the default stance that you start with. At level 5, you'll gain access to the pillar stance using the potential of Wukong's staff, the Jingu Bang, allowing you, for example, to extend the staff up to the air, avoiding attacks and counter-attack from above. And at level 20, you'll gain access to the thrust stance, focusing on lunges and attacking from a distance. All 3 stances can be switched freely during combat. You can also dodge up to 3 times. Both dodging and attacking cost stamina, and on the bottom right of the screen there's a bar that fills up by attacking and perfect dodging, accumulating what's called focus points. You can have up to 3 focus points, and these points can be used to do a special attack depending on the stance you're using. There's also a selection of abilities that require mana. For example, one ability is called Stone Solid, which allows you to turn into stone, blocking and parrying attacks, especially useful since there's no dedicated block button. Another ability is called the Pluck of Many, where you can summon multiple clones of yourself in combat. Wukong can also shapeshift both in and out of combat. I assume some transformations are obtained after defeating a certain boss, and once obtained you can shapeshift into one of them, granting you a specific set of moves that you can use. Also, you'll have access to skill trees. Apparently there'll be 3 skill trees to put points into. One focuses on passive abilities, another for magic, and the third for stances. Additionally, this game also has armor sets that you can equip on Wukong, giving you certain bonuses and customization. It is said that the exploration in Black Myth Wukong is linear, but that's just expected in these type of games. Finally, the question you've been waiting for: should you buy Black Myth Wukong? But before that, be sure to like, comment down your thoughts on the game, and subscribe. I'm trying to get 500 subscribers this year, so your support will be greatly appreciated. I'd say Black Myth Wukong is a definite must buy if you can. People have already played a hands-on preview of the game, and they've said great things about it, anticipating for the full release. On release, the game will be available on PS5 and PC. GameScience has confirmed that the Xbox Series X and S release will be delayed at a later date. Also, for those who don't know, Black Myth Wukong is part of a soon-to-be Black Myth series, so most likely we'll be seeing more games under the name, perhaps focusing on the other great classical Chinese novels. And finally, if you are skeptical about this game, you can always wait for the reviews and make your own judgment. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Nothing much to report on. Most likely next month will be another Everything You Need to Know video. If you reached up to this part, be sure to subscribe to support the channel. And as always, I'll see you guys next time and catch you guys later. Take care.